The next case study is T of n is equal to 3t n by 2 plus n square. So please note this represents number of subproblems and each of size n by 2. That's given by this. There is a cost to combine partial solutions that is represented by this. So cost incurred to combine partial solutions. As always, we will have on one side input size reduction tree that will tell you how n is becoming n by 2, n by 4 and when does it reach t of 1 subproblem. And then when you have so many subtrees and what is the cost spent at each subtree and to get a partial solution, and similarly how to combine those partial solution to get solution for its parent and then slowly up to the root node. That's precisely the idea. So on one side, if you look at the input size reduction tree, n becomes n by 2, n by 2, n by 2. So we create 3 subproblems, each of size n by 2. Then again this n by 2, this is a recursive procedure, so which means this again creates 3 subproblems, each of size n by 2 with respect to this, which means n by 2 by 2, n by 4. And natural question is, I sum up these 3, but what I get is more than n. Is that okay? Answer is yes. You can look at it this way. On one side you see it as a theoretical analysis, so it makes sense. A could be anything and A subproblems, A could be anything, and this one is n by B subproblem, B could be anything. But on the other side, one can also look at it this way. You have a problem and for which along with the input array n or along with the input size n, you are augmenting some additional elements of size n by 2. And at each stage, probably you are creating a temporary array, there you store some partial results. Or you are creating n by 2 variables, there you do some intermediate computations. So it's possible. It is possible that if you sum the subproblem input size, that may exceed n. So that can happen. So as of now, you can assume we are just focusing on the theoretical analysis and just to see how recurrence relations of this type can be solved to get value for t of n. Okay, but one can always cook appropriate case studies to depict this picture. So now at this level, you know there are this many nodes. So one node, which you can always write it as 3 power 0 nodes. At this level, there are 3 nodes, which is 3 power 1. So like that it goes. And at the last level, how many nodes are there? Okay. So that we need to analyze. Then we go to the computation tree. So please note n, n by 2, n by 4, like that it goes. So after a while you see that it becomes 1. So what is the value of k such that n by 2 power k becomes 1? We get to see that k is log n base 2. But most importantly, at the next level it is this. So like that it goes. At level k, we will have 3 power k, which is 3 power log n base 2. So please pay attention. So this many leaves are there. At the last level, which is k or log n base 2, there will be 3 power k nodes or 3 power log n base 2. And you can rearrange this, bring n down, take 3 to the top. So you get n power log 3 base 2. So please note, n power log 3 base 2 is more than n. Correct? If it is log 2 base 2, it is 1. So this is more than n. So that shows that if you look at the number of leaves is strictly more than n. So this is our number of leaves, which is strictly more than n. That is one way of seeing it. One way of looking at this is there are n power log 3 base 2 leaves. That is one way of looking at it. Another perspective is there are this many T of 1 subproblems. So there are n power log 3 base 2 T of 1 subproblems. Correct? So we keep reducing this. When it becomes 1, 1, 1, we stop our procedure, which means so many leaves are there or so many T of 1 subproblems are there. Now let's look at the cast. So computation tree. So to combine partial solution from this subtree, this subtree, this subtree to get solution for this node or input size n, cost is n square. So the cost of combining partial solutions from 3 subproblems, each of size n by 2 is n square, which means at the root node we incur n square. Then you have solution from these 3, and to combine them the cost is the input size square, which means it is n by 2 the whole square. Similarly, for this subtree it is n by 2 the whole square. For this subtree it is n by 2 the whole square. So it says at the root where the problem size is n, cost of combining partial solution is n square. At this node where the input size is n by 2, cost of combining them is that square, which is precisely this. Similarly, at the next level you have got n by 4 square, again n by 4 square, so like that it goes. So finally, when you get to see T of 1 subproblem, the cost is given by T of 1. That could be 0, that could be constant, that could be function of n. So we will have to appropriately substitute a value to complete the analysis. Fine. So what is the cost of this subtree? Calculate cost at each level, you sum them. So at this level it is n square. So at this level we see that it is 3 into n square by 4. And at this level you get to see that it is 9 into n square by 16. Fine. Like that it goes, and one can further simplify this to get a closed form formula. So this can be written as 3 by 4 to the power 0 times n square. This one is 3 by 4 to the power 1 times n square. this one is 3 by 4 to the power square times n square. So like that it goes. And please note, this is at level 0, level 1, level 2, like that it goes. At last but one level, which is 3 by 4, and we just now saw that there will be k or log n base 2, which means last but one level is 3 by 4 to the power log n base 2 minus 1 times n square. That would be the cost. At the last level, it is number of leaves times the cost. Correct? How many leaves are there? Just now we have seen. So we keep doing this. At the last level, it will be 3 power log n base 2 times the cost of or the value of t of 1. Put it in other words, this will be n power log 3 base 2. For this recurrence, you assume t of 1 is 1. So this would be the cost. So what is the value of t of n? So the value of t of n is 3 by 4, 0, n square, then 3 by 4 to the power 1 n square, like that it goes. 3 by 4 to the power log n base 2 minus 1 times n square plus n power log 3 base 2. Correct? Now one can take n square out, then we get this series that is precisely what 3 by 4 log n base 2 minus 1 plus 1 minus 1 divided by 3 by 4 minus 1 plus n power log 3 base 2. Correct? So now you can see this. So n square, let me rewrite this, 1 minus 3 by 4 to the power log n base 2, denominator, if you take minus 1 common on both sides, this is what we get. So there is no change in other parameters. Now this is what we have. So now look at this part. We have got 3 by 4 to the power log n base 2. What is this? This is n to the power 3 by 4 base 2. So please note this value is 0.75, which means less than 1. We know log 1 base 2 is 0 and this is log 0.5. So which means this value is negative. So note log 3 by 4 base 2 is less than 0. Correct? Because log 1 is 0. Now this is log 0.75 base 2. So this is less than 0, which means n power something like say minus some constant. That is 1 by n power c or 1 by n power constant. That is again a constant, at most 1. Which means n to the power log 3 by 4 to this is upper bounded by some constant c. correct? I can say 2, 3, 4, all that, correct? So now this is a constant. 1 minus 3 by 4 is 1 by 4, so that is also a constant. So you can write it like this. So n square times some constant c, some constant d, where c and d are constants, plus n power log 3 base 2. Please note n power log 3 base 2 and n square, and this is a constant, so which means this is upper bounded by some constant. You can even say c by d and so on, and so this is upper bounded by say 2 times c by d times n square, and lower bounded by n square. So that shows that the solution to this recurrence is theta of n square. So the interesting part over here is the solution to this recurrence is defined by or given by the f of n, which is precisely the cost of combining partial solutions. But at this level, this is all one can observe. But when we experiment another 2-3 case studies, you can appreciate the real significance of f of n or the contribution from the other nodes. So what did we do? On one side we had input size reduction tree, and with that we identified what is the cost at each level. To combine partial solutions from each of this subtree, we need n square at this node. That is what the function says. And at the next level, we get n by 2 the whole square and so on. Then start simplifying. At this level it is n square, it is 3 times n square by 4 and so on. So this can be rewritten as 3 by 4 to the power 1. This can be rewritten as 3 by 4 square and so on. Then at last but one level, it is 3 by 4 log n base 2 minus 1 times n square. At the last level, we need to count how many t of 1 subproblems are there. That's precisely number of leaves times t of 1. As you can see that number of leaves is 3 power k is log n base 2, and so that into this can be rewritten as n power log 3 base 2, assuming t of 1 is 1. Now you just have to sum all of them, simplify to get the desired answer, and this is what we get. And so this expression calculates the cost from root until last but one. The cost incurred at the last level, which is precisely the number of leaves, that is captured using this expression. Then combine them. You see that this part is a constant. So constant into n square plus n power log 3 base 2, and the asymptotic growth of n square is faster than n power log 3 base 2, and because log 3 base 2 is between 1 and 2, and this one is 2. So which means in asymptotic sense the growth of this function is faster compared to this. So the solution to the recurrence is theta of n square.